Hey, it's JC1424 once again with Gran Turismo 4! And in this episode of our GT mode playthrough, part 15, we're going to be doing the 4-wheel drive challenge, which is the last one remaining in beginner events. And while I do have Dodge Ram 1500, which is eligible to compete in that, and would probably be able to win it with all the upgrades, well, one upgrade I have the NA Tuning Stage 2 on it, I don't know if I could have done it without that upgrade. We're gonna go buy a car from the used car showroom. It should tell us that like it's updated and stuff. Now, I need something 4-wheel drive. That is 4-wheel drive. So this Lancer Evo 7 RS from 2001. Alright, so that's really good. 18,885 credits, good price. What else in here is 4-wheel drive? Legacy B4 Blitzen, same horsepower. Impreza sedan. I'm gonna look at the sedan. I like the Impreza sedan. Not as much as the wagon or the coupe. Oh, I love that front end. I love the color, the yellow rims. I think I'd rather drive an Impreza right now than an Evo. So we're gonna go ahead and buy this one. I know it's more expensive than the other two we've already looked at. 23,000, almost 24,000 credits. But we're gonna go ahead and buy that, give it the oil change. We're gonna take it to 4-wheel drive, and we should be perfectly competent. And we'll get that oil change from GT Auto. I know, it's a rainy day. You could probably hear that in some way, shape, or form in the face cam. But what better thing to do on a rainy day than play some Gran Turismo? I have a daily Gran Turismo 4 Let's Play for you guys to watch. I'm gonna click that, and you know, it's all dark and green. 14,000 miles will do that to a vehicle. I don't know why they would get a couple of oil changes in there, but the animation, he gets under there, the bloop, 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 bloop. I'm gonna have to talk louder throughout this video just so that you guys can hear me. The face cam picks up that more than the frickin' rain. But yeah, 4-wheel drive cars, every race is worth 1,500. It's 5 races, so that should be about 7,500 credits in total, right? And we should be getting 2 cars in this episode. I don't think just 1, because we're about to, complete all of the events in this section. First up is Grand Valley East, normal. Just like always, turning off the driving aids. So not only will I be in full control of the car, I won't be able to hear the car. When I turned off my driving assists, I checked and it said my horsepower is at 309 now. So you mean to tell me that I got an oil change and it boosted me 30 horsepower? I don't think so, okay? Wait a second, someone actually brought the Dodge Ram. I'm just now noticing, I didn't think they would actually do that. We got a Land Rover in here. Actually, I think that's what you get for completing 4-wheel drive challenges, a Land Rover. I remember I was watching Rhino's old Let's Play, and it's somewhere in there they gave that to him as like a gift car. I wish they had more Land Rovers in these Gran Turismo games. It's an 8-point race. You know what's funny is whenever you drive the Dodge Ram 1500, it can't determine the A-spec rating. It just automatically makes it 200, whether you have like all the upgrades or what. That was the weirdest way to go through the gears. Oh my god! The Ram is bashing the Rover. Yeah, don't call them Ram for nothing. I got the new Beetle RSI here. And we're doing it, we're good. Let's get into second gear. This tight U-turn to start off the track. We'll slip around you on the outside of that curve, going in the inside of the next one. I'm forgetting to shift up because I can't even hear my car. I mean, you can, but I can't. We got this. Save the cones, save the cones. They'll last another lap. Ugh. Now the rain is starting to go away. I'm going to have to go all the way away for me to actually hear this car. And we're going to come across the line for the final time. 5th gear. Give us our 8 A-spec points. These things are so meaningless, if you ask me. I mean, sure, we deserve to get 8 because we just dominated freaking 11-second win. But still, the heck. There's a 1,500 for the first race. Next up is Autumn Ring Mini. Glad to be finally going to this track. Reverse. I don't think we've ever raced at Autumn Ring Mini Reverse before. So it's a tiny track. It's 4 laps. This time we're racing against an Audi Quattro from 82. Ford RS200. A Hyundai Clicks. I say Hyundai. It's Chinese, by the way. It's not Japanese. Subaru Impreza Sedan WRX STI. So basically just newer version of my car. Well, that should be exciting. I'm gonna have problems there. At least he's not starting all the way up front. An Audi RS6 from 2002. I don't know what that is. So many different Audis. 80-point race. We just multiplied the last race by 10. Ugh. I mean, okay, the RS6 looks nice. I like the spoiler on the other Subaru Impreza. It's probably got the same front grille as mine and everything that I like so much. I like the way the lights are in the grille. Other Subarus I don't like so much. The older ones are like 96, 97. They're just kind of bland looking. Damn, they all got the jump right there. But I got the good corners. I'm good with this stuff. And those cars ain't that much better than mine. I get an oil change and I get boosted 30 horsepower, so I'm probably still better than this Subaru here no matter what. Like the same damn 276 horsepower every single freaking year. I don't know why. Once again, what is 276 horsepower? What's all that about? Honestly, I want to get me one of these Ford RS200s. Just because they'd be great for rally racing and special condition events. Okay. Okay. Oh my god. So far, we've only been going to tracks where the AI are just not that strong yet. I would say that about Grand Valley and definitely with this one because the A-spec rating jumped up, you know, like I said, 10 times what it was before, and we still won this race by more than the first race. And another 1500. Thank you. Our third race will be at Suzuka Circuit, East Course. So yeah, this is the one where you got the straightaway, then you get all those S-curves. We haven't raced here in ages. We have raced here before. I want to race the full track sometime. I don't know when we might do that. But I should probably use this track for the thumbnail, because I like having a different track every thumbnail. Oh, the lineup going in this race that I already decided would be the thumbnail. You gotta be kidding me. Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 8 RS from 2003. That's 4 years newer than my car. I'm always doing the 4. Gran Turismo 4. Toyota Caldina GT4. I have never heard of that car. I don't even know what that looks like. Land Rover Range Stormer Concept. So we got that SUV. We got some cars. Some iconic cars like the Lancer, my Impreza. Hyundai Clix. That doesn't even belong here. That's a stupid car. Who cares about that? A Dodge Ram 1500 Laramie. I'm just psyched to be racing up against that in this one. I was over here thinking that I shouldn't bring it because they're all going to bring cars, but then they're bringing it themselves. Oh, this is an 8-point race? They're going back and forth. 8, 80, 8. Last one was 80, and I won by more than I did in the first race. Oh my lord. Just peeling out. Killing it. You know, all I did was get the oil change. Just bought the car in regular condition. I am very concerned about that Lancer Evo there. He's got that straightaway speed. But we're good. We got good corners here. I'm trying not to hit this freaking Hyundai next to me. We'll be patient. Oh, I mean, you won't be, though. Okay, sure, fine. Who cares? It's a 3-lap race. It's a really tiny track. Not as tiny as Auto Ring Mini, though. A little bit bigger. Back down to third gear. Just stay in third gear through these curves. We're catching them little by little. I've always felt that the Lancer Evo, like, once they got around like 2001 and forward, was like lower to the ground, and it didn't need to be, making the Impreza a bit stronger around that era. Now mine is from 2000, and I'm talking about the 2001 version. 2000, I still think that the Mitsubishi Lancer Evos had that old body figure, if I'm correct. I don't remember, but it's like they're so low to the ground, and I feel like it doesn't help with downforce. Like, if you look at mine, it's got that like slight, maybe an extra inch in there or so. Now, I say all this stuff about the Lancer Evo and the Subaru Impreza, but in the end, I like both those cars very much. They're like my favorites of all four-wheel drive cars that are just great for off-road racing and stuff. Like, those are just my ones. I don't really have a favorite out of them. Sometimes like one over the other, sometimes not so much. But like, the Impreza rally car always have better liveries in the Gran Turismo game, though. And there is our third 1,500 credits, bringing us up to 761,000. Race 4 is El Capitan again. I feel like this is the third time that we've raced this track recently. I don't know if it's consecutive, though. But this is El Capitan in reverse. So this is our first time actually racing at this track in this direction. We got the Land Rover, Audi S4, Caldina, Audi TT, and Audi A3. I don't feel like any of these cars are that intimidating to me. It's gonna be like the lowest A-spec rating. No, it's 36. How do you decide what car here makes this so challenging? You go to the other track and nothing. But this one here, I don't feel intimidated by any of these. It comes from the dead start, the second gear, immediately. First gear is so damn short. I wonder if like the previous owner of this car like had tuned a little bit. And the reason I was at 276 was because it needed an oil change, and that was like way below what it was supposed to be for its tuning. It's just, I don't feel like a regular Super Impreza. I mean, we had someone else bring a Super Impreza in here, and it wasn't this good, was it? It was a little good. Oh, I gotta be honest, I cannot remember the last time I raced this track backwards. I raced here a bunch forwards, but hit an invisible wall. Just like going to New York City in the last episode backwards, I have no recollection of going this direction recently. If it was on Gran Turismo PSP, trying to do the collection thing, get everything S-Class and all that stuff. So it would only be for a little while. You don't do this that often. I'm pretty sure this is a rarity, just going to race this track backwards in this game. But they do it just to keep variety. Don't want you going to all these tracks, but it's like, hey, let's go backwards this time just to keep things spicy. So I'll give you guys a view of like the first full lap, because you don't see shit like this often. You get a better view of the Yosemite and the mountains and all that shit because you're going at the opposite direction. I don't feel like you get it as much as if you go forward. So this is a good thing. Definitely a good thing to have this in reverse. Put it in third gear. Gosh, this freaking giant corkscrew curve of sorts. It's like corkscrew at Laguna Seca, except it's like way more massive. That shit is scary here whenever you go it forward. I think whenever you go backwards, it's not that big a deal. Unless you underestimate it. Like, I still slow down, whatever the thing at the bottom of the screen recommends. It'll tell me what gear I should be in. I like that you got this like really white sand on the sides of the track. You get that in any other? Usually it's like a really golden or light brown sand, but here it's just very white. I mean, it's not sand, it's probably just dirt. I like that you can see the river. And this is actually not the only track in the game, El Capitan, that is at Yosemite Park. There's Cathedral Rocks, and I think that's in the same location. You could tell just from the surroundings, the looks of the trees and everything. But that is a rally track. There's multiple trails of it. Damn, they just sandbag it in this one. My car is not that good. Someone's brought a better car than me. I still won by this much. They just suck at everything for some reason in this episode. I don't know. And there's our next 1500. One race left to go. And it ends off with Fuji Speedway 90s. Come on, take me to 2005! Well, at least it's not Fuji Speedway 80s. That one is the most boring of all. I don't like that one. Volkswagen Golf 4R32. That's new. And Nissan Stagea is new. The Hyundai Klicks. The same Impreza sedan from 2002 that we were going up against. Now, we got some straightaway here. We got a long straightaway. But I'm still probably going to kick its ass in the corners. And an Audi S4. Well, I mean, I could be a little concerned about those cars up front in a 46-point race, but once again, these A-spec ratings don't mean shit. It'd be a 200 in the sport truck race, and I win all of them like it's nothing. So, I don't have anything to be worried about. Now, slice right past the other guy who's probably got like more horsepower than a newer version of my car. Like it's nothing. I've done nothing to this car. I just bought it and did its maintenance. What's the deal? Oh my gosh. Every car that I'm racing against just doesn't have it. Okay, so we're in straights now. We're not at the start. We're not in corners. So now we get to see them use their horsepower and shit. And I go into a corner. I don't know. I guess this Impreza just has like ridiculously good steering and handling. And everyone else, like, they have so much feedback on their wheel. Cars don't have good quality parts on the suspension by default. So maybe that had nothing to do with like the oil change or the horsepower. But I mean, that doesn't make any sense because at the start of the race, I always kick everyone's ass, and all I'm doing is holding down the X button and shifting through the gears. You figure my wheel spin would ruin me, but it doesn't bother. And that is that. Pass the whole field 5 times. Start of all these races. So Let's get this race over with. I'm touching the grass and drifting into the chicane. Okay, we'll do a little 360 then. I done lost my shit. Let's get our heads back in the game. I don't care about you. Y'all suck anyway. Well, that makes it more interesting. You just touch the grass and the car is like, oh my god, you touched the grass. But that's okay. Anything to make this more interesting. And now you're trying. I should shift into 4th gear. Oh, my 4th gear is better than his. I'm not doing anything different. Slipstream past you. Into our 5th gear. Now it's getting fun. I thought it was like a jump cut to the end, but now we're talking. Okay, well the other Impreza got around that yellow thing. What was the yellow one? Is that the Stagia? The Nissan Anastasia. Oh my god, you are a fucking moron. What the hell was that? He stopped for the corner entry. He didn't slow down for it, he stopped for it. This car's got some horsepower. This car is actually a good contender. Figures, you know, it's tiny and it doesn't have much to it, but it does. Still not enough for me though. Now we got it. We got no corners to screw up to throw the race away. The golf stick is wet and soggy. Dick is wet and soggy. His dick is wet and soggy, and that is why he loses. There we go. Our 4-wheel drive challenge prize is Toyota Motor Triathlon race car. Oh, never mind. I don't know when they're giving us the Land Rover. 10.3% game completion. That is 1/10 of the game complete. I love that. That is a beautiful sight. Now, it took 15 parts, so that's like 150 parts, if I'm doing the math right. And what sucks is that some of those parts take way longer to record just because of, you know, how long the races be. But still, it's just a number of races, not the amount of laps that you run and shit like that, and the amount of time that you spend playing the game. Well, I can't actually race or anything with this Toyota Motor Triathlon car, just because it's a special car, there's no events for it. But I can take it for a spin in arcade mode. I'll give you guys a sneak at that whenever we end off this episode. At the moment, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do in the next episode. It might be either the Turbo Cup or the NA, because this car's got turbo, I believe, and then I've got a bunch of NA cars, like the Elise. But I don't know what would be up to par. But see you next time. That's that, and episode over. There are 2 people sitting in this car. I don't know what the other guy does. He's just along for the joyride, and then I do all the steering and shit. Your brake lights are on the back, and the brakes are actually the Toyota emblem. You see that flashing. You already know what we're going to do. You know, so see the speed of it down that straight. It's only 1 gear, by the way. It is stiff. This thing does not like steering. This is just god-awful suspension. I don't know what the point of that is. Oh my god, I'm going 54. Okay. You see how the car drives. Heard my complaints. It's stupid and I don't like it. But, yeah!